Hey everyone, it's Hopper here, and I am getting back on trail here at mile 80.6, southbound on the Pacific Crest Trail here at High Bridge. Had a great, almost zero day, a Nero day in Stehekin, but it's time to hike on. Now entering Glacier Peak Wilderness. Let's see if there's any glaciers up here. Here at mile 93.2, we got a nice river, good water, and of course you have to cross it on that log. Hope you got good balance. Hey, good evening. Well, it was another great day on trail. Did 16.4 miles, camping here at mile 97. Not a bad little spot, as you can tell here. Got a little bit of snow, so can expect some snow in the future. But yeah, lots of water, as you can tell from all the waterfalls. Yeah, loved it. So, but now I'm gonna get some food and go to bed. Hey, good morning. Well, at camp last night, right as I was all tucked in, ready to go to sleep, I had 3 more thru hikers join me, Birdie, Rave, and Sage. So yeah, I didn't camp alone again. So that was awesome. I got to hang out with them. They're just a little bit behind me right now, getting some water. But also to note, right here, 100 miles on the PCT southbound. There in the distance is Glacier Peak, but luckily we don't have to go across that at all. Midday lunch break and siesta. Okay, so I just had a good conversation with one of the trail maintainers out here, and he let me know of 2 very important things that'll explain why there's so many trees across the trail, which makes it quite difficult and is quite the obstacle. So first of all, there hasn't been any trail maintenance done here in 3 years. So that explains a lot. And secondly, due to government regulations, yep, gotta love the government, they're not allowed to use power tools. Everything has to be hand tools. And when that happens, tree fall like this is a lot more difficult to clear. Now this is just one of many very huge logs that we have to circumnavigate. Oy. Hey, good evening. Well, we finally made it here to camp. As you can see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 campers here. So yeah, it was a good day. I did 20.3 miles, camping here at mile 117.3. Tomorrow is gonna be different than today. Today we had a lot of blowdowns and trees. It was like hurdling everything. But tomorrow is supposed to be a lot of ice and snow crossings. So hopefully no trees. Hey, good morning. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't such a good morning, but it was definitely an eventful one. Let me tell you, we had about 2,300 foot climb over 100 switchbacks right from the start. Oh wait, is that not what you were thinking about? You probably want to know about that helicopter, huh? Okay, so the helicopter, one of our trail family members, Rave from Germany, great dude, he hurt his knee. A lot of pain, it kept locking up. So his only options, he had three options. One, which were to go 55 miles north across what we heard was lots of ice and snow. Not a good idea on a hurt knee. He could go back about 30 miles to Stehekin, where he could get help there. But the problem is all those tree blowdowns, that's not good. You know, it's not easy to do when you have a healthy knee, let alone a hurt knee. So that really wasn't an option. So he went with option 3, which was to press the rescue button on his InReach. And of course, the great guys there, the sheriff's department, sent out their helicopter and picked him up. So we don't think it's going to be a long-term injury. It looks like the PCT's probably done for him this year, but we're glad he's going to go see a doc, going to get the help he needs. And but hopefully we'll see him again on another trail on another day. Where's somebody with a weed whacker when you need them? Edward Scissorhands, maybe? Heck, I'd even settle for Freddy Krueger right about now. This is Mica Lake, and that is one seriously cold glacial lake. Who wants to go swimming? Not me. Hey, good evening. Well, we are camped here at mile 134.7, making a 17.3 mile day. Not too bad considering all of the uphill, lots of overgrowth, and of course all the snowfields. So, and I'm here with Sage. Hello. And there's Sage's tent right there. Just the two of us tonight. Oh, and way up there on that hill, we have two other folks too. What were their names? Saint and Lightweight. Yep. From Boston and New York, so a little New England connection here. Good morning, Washington. Oh yeah, I could get used to this. But I've got trail ahead of me and hopefully a nice flat campsite at the end of the day. Well, this is definitely an interesting bridge. I guess they call it a folding bridge. And that's where we just came up, a couple 1,000-foot climb. Hey, good evening. Well, I'm here at Reflection Pond, making it a 17.6-mile day. But what you're probably most interested in is what's up with that helicopter again. Yep, that's 2 days in a row we've had to aerovac somebody. We had one of our hiking family members who was traversing some of the snow and ice and took a spill. Most of the ice and snow is relatively uneventful, but when it goes bad, it goes bad. Hurt his back, had a head injury, and possible concussion. Either way, his hike was over, and this should be a reminder. If there is a hiker who is hurt, and they're even though they've pressed their in reach and the helicopter's on its way, stick around, help them. If there's anything they need, yeah, you might be there for a couple hours. It cuts into your day. But being there for your fellow hiker is much more important than getting in miles. When the Aerovac search and rescue team came, they actually needed some of our help in order to carry the victim to the extraction point. So there are a number of us who stuck around to help, and it definitely made it much easier for the search and rescue guys. So yeah. I hope you for the best for you. I hope your recovery goes well, sir, and hopefully in the future you'll get to hike on. Does the snow on that mountain right there kind of look like a panda face, like he's smiling? Maybe it's just the sun playing tricks on me. Here at mile 170 is Pear Lake, and after a 17.7-mile day, this is where I'm going to camp. Sure, I could go further, but with this view, why would you want to? Hey, good morning. Yep, as you can tell from this head net, yeah, the mosquitoes are intense, and they have been for about the last day or so. Of note, I also ran into a northbound hiker who was a southbound hiker. Ran into Snotfish and her dog Oliver, and it was weird seeing the two of them go in the opposite direction. But apparently, all those tree blowdowns we saw earlier were even too difficult for the dogs to navigate. So they ended up flipping south and then are coming up north to meet up with some other trail family. Yeah, those trees are pretty challenging. Crazy thing just happened. So I'm hiking down the trail and I see a northbounder, and it's Trashinista. It's this hiker who didn't finish the trail last year and is just finishing the last bit. But she looks at me, and of course, she sees my Ukrainian battle flag. She asks if I'm Ukrainian. I said, no, but I do help them and support them. And she says, well, I'm actually Russian. And I said, that's okay. There are Russians out there that want peace. And so we had a good conversation. And yeah, she's actually one of the good Russians who actually just wants peace also. But the really cool thing about her was, see, on trail, everybody pees, and women will typically have like a bandana, or the latest fad is a pee rag. So when you pee, you've got to, you dry yourself as a woman. And yeah, her pee rag actually had a picture of Putin on it. So every time that she goes to pee, she wipes herself with Putin's face. It's awesome. This water here is the runoff from Lake Janus, and let me just say, oh my God. There are so many mosquitoes here, it's insane. Right down there is Lake Valhalla. It's very popular with the locals because I've seen a bunch of them hiking in and out for the 4th of July weekend. Those look like houses. Looks like I'm getting closer to civilization. And we are at mile 188.3, Stevens Pass. This makes it an 18.3 mile day, and I'm gonna try to find a place to sleep and maybe some food. Well, I was really hoping to stay here at the Mountaineers Lodge here at Stevens Pass, but it's locked up tighter than a frog's butt, so this isn't gonna happen. So I gotta look for something else. Well, I came real close to sleeping in my tent again, like I have for days and days on end, but then I came here to Skycomish Outfitters PCT Lodge, just a mile down the street from Stevens Pass. It has showers, laundries. The host, Anthony, is awesome. There's a hiker box you can resupply. There's actual beds, which are awesome. And yeah, as you can tell from all the flags, there are international folks that have come here last year and this year. It's a great place. Anthony, you're awesome. Thanks so much. Wow, the first 188.3 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail are extremely rugged here in the Northern Cascades of Washington. It's really tough. But you know what's even more tough? Going through cancer. Luckily, there are organizations like the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, which are focusing their efforts on finding a cure. If we can support the BCRF and find that cure, then people won't have to go through the tough fight of going against cancer. We can beat it together. The donation link is below. If you can please, every little dollar that you can provide will make such a big difference in finding the cure so that people won't have to go through cancer any longer. Thank you for watching.